Please welcome Kaz Hirai.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you for joining us for the 2003 E3 PlayStation press conference. Last year, since E3, the 1 year that's passed has been a very exciting year for us, and this year promises to be more exciting. And we have a lot of ground to cover today with you, a lot of exciting information that we're very excited to share with you, a lot of new information on the PlayStation business, and we're taking the PlayStation business. And so I hope that you will share all the information with everybody, and hope you find the press conference to be very informative. So I'm going to jump right in. Again, this business is all about content, and this is where we excel again. On the PlayStation 2, just in North America, we expect to have, by the end of the year, more than 580 titles in the PlayStation family. I'm happy to announce today that Solid Snake is going to be back only on PS2. Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, when it comes out next year, will be available only on the PlayStation 2. Thank you. Another great franchise, Grand Theft Auto. Rockstar continues to innovate the category with the breakthrough products that they bring. Grand Theft Auto redefined really what gaming is all about. Grand Theft Auto Vice City covered new ground, and it was released accompanied by a soundtrack album as well. And this franchise has sold more than 17 million units now combined worldwide. And to this end, I'm happy to announce again that Grand Theft Auto, the next installment of the series, will debut exclusively on the PlayStation 2. Also, we have a very exciting new product that we are going to bring out, which is called iToy. Now let me show you what the iToy looks like. This is if we can get a shot of this. This is the iToy camera. This is a revolutionary USB camera, very easy to use, plug and play, as is all the peripherals with PlayStation. Just plug it into the USB port of your PlayStation 2, I'm sorry. All you need to do is really just focus, because everything else has been pre-calibrated. And this is obviously designed to really take advantage of the hardware's power and the flexibility that the PlayStation 2 brings. This allows for a variety of new entertainment experiences for the consumers and interact with the software in the PlayStation 2 without having to rely on the controller, but by being able to control the PlayStation or interact with the gameplay using this camera alone. And this technology was developed for about 2 years at the SCEA R&D facilities in Foster City. And there's a consumer product software that goes along with the iToy camera that was developed by our sister company, Sony Computer Entertainment Europe. And now, to talk a bit more about iToy and what it can do, I'd like to introduce our next guest, the inventor of the iToy technology. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Richard Marks. How's it going? Okay. All right.
So in order to show you iToy, I think we have one set up over here. I'll give you an example of the iToy. You see the camera, it sits on top of a television set. And there's a PlayStation 2 down here, and there's no controller hooked up right now because the camera is going to be my interface. What you're seeing on screen is the same thing I'm seeing on my television set, and it's what a user would see. So to interact with the system is very intuitive. You just reach up and move your hand in front of the buttons, and you can scroll through the mini games that we have on this disc here. I'm going to call up one of the games and get started. Call up Kung Fu. We just say select that game.
Okay, you just chose Kung Fu. Okay, all right.
So Kung Fu is a classic arcade-style game where there's a lot of bad guys that are coming after you, and you have to try to fight them off. And it has a lot of the traditional gameplay elements of multiple levels, bonus rounds, and there's a big boss at the end. So this is showing me that I need to fight off the bad guys. We'll get started here. Again, all the interface is just through the camera. So this will show you how it works right now.
Get ready. Fight.
Fight. All right.
The interface is really flexible, and you can be creative with what you do. You can
You need to be in Rise to Honor.
use your head.
Forget Jet Li.
And when you
Very
want to
cool.
exit the game, you can just
Very
walk up to
cool.
the camera, put your hand over the game. That exits you to the menu screen. And yes, I'm sure I want to exit. As I mentioned before, there's 12 games on the disc that comes with the camera. And there's a wide variety of games. There's rhythm action games, fighting games, a little bit of sports, some puzzle games. So I'm going to show you another game here real fast.
Wishy-washy. All right.
Wishy-washy is probably the most novel of all the games that come on the disc. It's actually a window washing game, something everyone's wanted to play before.
Extending the entertainment experience.
So the idea with wishy-washy is it's going to come up and you're not going to see me because I'm behind a dirty window. And the job I have to do is clean the dirty windows. This is great, especially for young people and people of all ages, because it's very simple what you have to do. You just have to move around and clean the windows. So the faster you do it, the more windows you clear off, the more points you get.
Now, did you bring your squeegee today, or is that not part of the package?
I'm trying. It's a bit of a workout here. Why don't you come over and help me, Kaz?
Me? No, I don't think so.
Come on, come on.
All right, well. All
right.
I tell you, I hate it when things are not in the script here.
Here, you can clean off that. There we go.
All right, just stand here.
Yep, just stand there. Go ahead. I think he's better than I am. Wait a minute. We can do it together, too, which is another great thing.
All right, you take that part.
He can cover that side, I cover this side.
Is this like a new career for me, or? There we go. Very cool. Okay, why don't you come out here again? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kaz.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Richard Marks. Now I'd like to talk about some hardware innovation. We talked about software content, and now it's on to hardware. Let's recap where we are today. The PlayStation 2, when it first came out in 2000, was really the first of its kind product. It fused media content, PlayStation 2 games, PlayStation games, DVD playback capability out of the box, and it also plays audio CDs for those of you who forgot. And last year, we talked about a $199 price point for the current PlayStation 2. Today, I'm happy to announce that we are extending that value proposition by releasing a new PlayStation 2 SKU. The new PlayStation 2 SKU that we will be launching in June will come bundled with the network adapter. As you all know, the network adapter is a $40 peripheral that is available separately for the PlayStation 2 users that want to go online. And we will obviously continue to offer the network adapter as a separate peripheral. But going forward, we are going to make available the network adapter right in the box with the PlayStation 2 so that all the consumers who purchase a PlayStation 2 starting from June will have out-of-the-box online play capabilities right there. We're also going to be phasing in hardware that is going to take advantage and enhance some new features on the PlayStation 2. These features include the ability to play back rewritable DVD discs, plus RW, minus RW, as well as, of course, DVD-Rs. Also, it will feature progressive scan during DVD playback for higher resolution when you play back your motion pictures. It will have a built-in IR remote sensor so that the users can take advantage of the remote control without having to plug in an IR receiver in the controller port, which is the situation that we have today. And of course, not to be outdone, we heard people say that, you know what, the fan sounds a little noisy, so we've addressed that as well. The new fan is going to feature 30 decibels lower, so you can enjoy the PlayStation 2 any time of the day without waking up your family or friends, especially when you're playing at 3 in the morning. So, this extended value proposition of the PlayStation 2 with the network adapter bundled in is going to be available for $199. Again, extending the value proposition that we bring to the consumers. In closing, we have been talking about how we are going to innovate and extend the platform and the PlayStation 2 experience through content, through hardware innovation, through community, and of course, through market expansion. When you look at PlayStation, don't look to us for the status quo. Don't look to us for just leadership in the video game business, but look to us to find the right path to entertainment convergence. Thank you very much for joining us today, and have a great E3. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Phil Harrison. I'm the Executive Vice President of Development for Sony Computer Entertainment Europe. This has been, in my opinion, the best ever show that Sony Computer Entertainment has had. We've capped the best year our company has ever had. There's now over 50 million PlayStation 2s around the world. We're just short of 100 million PlayStation 1s around the world. And the big numbers, nearly 1.5 billion units of software. That's what it's all about. The games is what it's all about. Last year we showed here for the first time the Getaway, which has gone on to become our biggest ever seller from our London studios, 2.5 million units worldwide on the Getaway. Primal just came out a few weeks ago, it's doing really well everywhere, which we're really pleased about. And this show is this year about us continuing to lead the market and continuing to dominate the market with a lot of innovation, not just in brands and franchises that people know, but with some new products as well. We've got iToy here showing for the first time, which has been going down incredibly well. iToy Play, which is the first of the products that we've got coming out that use the iToy camera. Really low cost, really fun, really accessible for the mass market. From our US studios, we've got great games like SOCOM 2, which is getting a really good response here. Rise to Honor, which stars Jet Li, the Hong Kong action movie star. Everything you could want from a Hong Kong action movie, but in a game, which is a lot of fun. And I guess the big daddy of them all is Gran Turismo 4, which will be coming out late this year. It's looking stunning. Over 500 cars going into the game. And not just brand new cars as well, some really interesting vintage cars from yesteryear. One of my favorite games here from Naughty Dog is Jak 2, which is a sequel, but it's not just an evolution, it's a revolution. They've done a couple of really interesting things. One, the technology has been significantly improved. I think, once again, leads the way on PlayStation 2, probably one of the most powerful 3D engines that there is. But more importantly, the characters have evolved, and Jak now has a much richer and deeper personality. And he's a little bit older, a little bit edgier, and perhaps a little bit darker. And I think that that's really going to resonate with gamers. And the gameplay speaks for itself. Multiple vehicle action, huge roaming city that you can get all around. And the reaction here to the game has been terrific. People really, really have responded well to it. In a similar vein, but in a very different product space, is Ratchet & Clank 2, which from Insomniac shares some of the technology that we use in the Naughty Dog game, but in a very different way. Really building on the success of Ratchet & Clank, which last year was probably one of my favorite games. Lots of more really cool, fun gadgets, and a game that makes you laugh. And I think that's a great thing to have in our catalog, is something which is a bit more light-hearted, but has the depth. And the chat on the net has already been pretty excited about this title. So I think those are two of the highlights in the character action games. And we made a huge announcement here at E3 a couple of days ago that we're entering into the handheld business with a product called PSP, which will be out sometime in the second half of 2004. And it's going to revolutionize not just portable gaming, but also mobile music and mobile video. And the way that we describe it is the Walkman for the 21st century, and I think that's a great way to sum up that product. So once again, PlayStation 2 continues to drive the business forward, and we've had a great show, and I think it's going to be an excellent year ahead for gamers all around the world.
And action. Is that? Hi, I'm David Perry. I'm the president of Shiny Entertainment, and the team at Shiny has been working away for the last 2 years on making the video game called Enter the Matrix. Enter the Matrix is the first game that has really shown how Hollywood and video games can work together. And this was made possible by two really key guys, the Wachowski brothers. They were the guys that wrote, directed, and created the universe that is The Matrix. They've just finished two new movies, the Reloaded and Revolutions. Reloaded is about to hit the movie theaters. Revolutions is coming soon. And so the thing that's exciting is these guys are gamers. They are hardcore gamers. We didn't have to say, you know, hey, wouldn't it be cool to make a video game of your movie? That came from them. They know what gamers want. And so to that extent, this was the easiest project in the world for us, because they proposed that they would write new script just for this video game, then direct it and get all the actors to work on it, the stunt people to work on it. Now, I thought they meant like a small little sequence that they would do. It turns out they wrote an hour of new movie. It's like making a third movie. I mean, they've got Revolutions Reloaded and the video game, so they made an hour of new footage for that. But on top of that, they added another hour of motion captured story. So we have 2 hours of new Matrix story that you will only know about if you play the video game. And that is their gift to gamers. And so the goal, or you could even call it an experiment, is really, if somebody is sitting in the movie theater watching the Reloaded movie, they're going to enjoy it. If somebody's sitting beside them who's played the video game, they're going to take ownership in what happens in the movie. When something blows up, they were the one that blew it up. When someone's about to die but gets saved, they were the one that made it possible to save them. And so I personally saw the movie last night, and the fact that I know the story in the game and I see how they edited the movie, it works perfectly. And so the strange thing is what's our industry going to do now? Can we really go back to the old way? And the old ways of making movies based on, or games based on movies, is to get the name of the movie and just try and make a game on that, or to license the entire movie and try and just copy it identically. That would be the holy grail in theory, meaning that you're experiencing exactly what the movie was. However, the problem is it's an old story, so the gamer's not getting anything special. He's just getting to experience an old story. That's why this is new, that's why this is exciting. Now the twist was, this game needed to give gamers the Matrix experience. And so we couldn't just relax and say, well, we got this great movie footage, you know, so we don't need to care about the game. The game needed to have everything. We had to have running on the walls, we had to have amazing kung fu, bullets, dodging bullets, we had to have a car chase like they have in the next movie, we had to have all kinds of stuff, including hacking and flying the hovercrafts. And so this very quickly turned into like a monumentally big project. And it all had to be done by the same day the movie was going to be released. And so we had to bring in people from every country in the world, including Australia, to get this game done on time. And we've managed to do that. It's on all formats. And so in the game, you play as one of two characters, Niobe or Ghost. Niobe is the fastest pilot in the fleet, the fastest driver in the whole rebel base in Zion. And so basically, there's the other character, Ghost. The Wachowski brothers describe him as a Zen Buddhist Apache assassin. He's like the perfect video game character. And so you get to choose one or the other and then play the whole way through the game as one or the other character. You can't switch halfway. They don't play at the same time. You see the whole story as one path and the whole story as a second path. And we have new movie footage and new story that gets revealed when you do that. The reason is again, you're getting to experience what's going on behind the Matrix. Niobe's important. You'll learn all about her in Reloaded. And Ghost is her first mate. So it's like, imagine there's a hovercraft. The one in the first movie was called the Nebuchadnezzar. This one's called the Logos. They are the captain and the first mate. Niobe is Morpheus. Ghost is Trinity. It's the same thing. And you have an operator called Sparks. And so you'll see why this is important. I can't give away any secrets right now, but I think you're going to enjoy it. So anyway, have fun and make sure you see both movies and play the game and watch the animes. And then you will know what the Matrix is.
Dancing Blade, destroy the enemy! Whirlwind Helmet Crusher!
You, huh? Yeah! Retreat while you can!
My strength is supreme! This will be over soon. Take that! Die!
You'll regret that.
God! God! It's over for you. Special delivery.
Hang on, Jade! I'm coming!
Can we catch him? Can you fly this? Mr.
Bond. James Bond.
My name is Yoshinori Ono from R&D number 2 from Capcom. My game is Chaos Legion, and this will be my very first production of the game, the producer. Since the story is a little complicated, in order to explain the story, there is a 36 minutes CG movie at the beginning, which is very rare for an action game.
Even though no punishment.
This game is not by using the engine of Onimusha or Devil May Cry.
Why were you taken from me?
This complete 3D art or graphics is something that cannot be done by Devil May Cry. The main character's weapon is only sword. So the player has to think about where and when to use one specific weapon. One feature that is very rare for Capcom is there are many games that has one versus many enemies or the vice versa, but this is a team play versus lots of enemies. The normal or standard action game storyline is usually good guys versus bad guys, and you just go after bad guys. But this Chaos Legion has a new it's not standard action game. It's a drama for human being and for the players to decide who is really right, who is bad guy, and who is really good guy. As you play, you will want to know more about this story so that you can decide, or the player can decide, who is really good. The standard action game, the player just need to kill the enemy and go forward. But in this game, you really have to think about which one to use at where. I haven't gotten to the point where you have yourself and then 5 or 6 other weapons. So, but I have to play further to get to that point. But then you see that this is team versus enemies, not yourself, only one player versus enemy, just like any other game. One other feature of this game, special feature of this game, is that you can actually grow the character, and depending on the player, you will have different. You will grow into different character, not like any other action game. Like you clear level 1 and just go up to level 2 and go up to level 3. You can actually get experience and become a different character.
デビットとみんな違う形のレギオンが育っていくっていうのがこのゲームでは実現できています。
You're a dead man. Ambush! We're under attack! Rocket winder!
Cheeky.
の女神。女神フリアエ様がおられます。
My name is Claremont. I work for Midway. I'm a product analyst. I'm going to be demoing Espionage for you today. Espionage basically is a third-person shooter where people also have psychic abilities. Right now, I'm using telekinesis to levitate an object, to throw it at enemies when they're around. You have a variety of different powers. Telekinesis, remote viewing, which allows you to see through walls. Mind control, which allows you to take control of an enemy character. Also, pyrokinesis, which I'll demonstrate right now, allowing you to light things on fire. You can also combine them by having things on fire, then picking them up, throwing them at your opponents. Let's get some live action going here. Okay, now here's the bad guy. You can lift him in the air, shoot him while he's in the air, throw him up against a wall if you'd like. As you use your powers, your abilities diminish, so you need to replenish them using something we call the mind drain. Mind drain is more efficient when you use it on a live opponent. And this kind of gives you a stealth aspect to the game. If you can sneak up behind someone and drain their mental power, it'll be more useful to you. Also, obviously a straight shooter. And that's basically it.
My name is Keisuke Kikuchi, and I am the producer of the Fatal Frame series for the PlayStation 2. And I'll just give you a brief overview of what the series is. It is a Japanese-style action-adventure horror game. And there are two main points to the game that I'd like you to know. The first is that it uses a system in which you fight evil spirits using a camera. The second point is that it makes use of Japanese architecture and a Japanese setting in order to create a very unique style of horror that I believe is particular to this game. Now that in the second game, the main characters are twins, and the reason that we did this is to increase even more the scariness of the game. The player will control the younger sister, but she has the older sister with her. And the older sister gradually starts to become more and more possessed by the spirits that are within the haunted village where the game takes place. So there is the feeling of being with a person that you know so well and watching them becoming more and more crazy. There's a scariness within that, but then there's also sometimes when the older sister will go wandering off by herself. So now the player feels lonely and feels an urgency that they have to go find the sister, in addition to all the other horror elements that are around them. Of course, we are keeping the camera that's used within the combat system, just like in the first game. But of course, we're going to refine the system, add to the number of power-ups that you can use, and generally make it much better than it was in the first. So those who have played the first game, you can look forward to an even more refined and even more scary game. We're adding a lot of new elements. And for those who are just joining the series for the first time, I'm sure that you're going to find something that you like, and you'll find a horror game unlike anything else that's out there. So I encourage everyone to give it a try, and hopefully they'll enjoy my brand of horror.
Fatal Frame 2, Crimson Butterfly.
It all began when I saw this sphere of you. The eternal calm. I can feel it crumbling, falling away from beneath our feet. Why is this happening? I wish you were here with me. Is it really you?
Follow me. Do it!
It will be safe here.
There they are. Destroy that obstacle. Everybody!
So you want to fight in the games? Do you have what it takes? Different warriors are like animals. Some are fast and deadly, like the snake. Others are slow but strong, like the bear. Know each warrior well.
I want to get out of here and see the world. Take me with you to the tournaments.
Then let's leave this place. One.
It is now time to use what you've learned.
So, you have finally accepted your destiny.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce the producer of the Gran Turismo series and the president of Polyphony Digital, Mr. Kazunori Yamauchi.
Thank you for sharing your time with me today. I'm very happy to be able to stand in front of you all to introduce our new title, Gran Turismo 4.
前作グランツーリスモ3というのはですね、僕らにとって、ある意味非常に悩まずに作れたタイトルだったんですね。というのは、
When I recall the development of the previous title, Gran Turismo 3, I remember not having to worry much. This was because GT3 was the first version of Gran Turismo to run on the then brand new PlayStation 2 computer entertainment system. But this time, it doesn't work that way. GT4 is the second Gran Turismo game to be released on the PlayStation 2 platform. For the past 2 years, we have continued to think very hard on our goals and objectives for GT4. We have traveled all over the world to see and explore many different cars as possible, and to better understand what meaning cars had in our lives, in our living environment, and furthermore on this earth. Our goal was to explore and maximize the unexplored performance of the PlayStation 2.
これからお見せするビデオにはですね、2つのコンテンツが含まれています。一つはですね、我々がグランツーリスモ4に向けて全世界で行ってきた取材の模様。
The video we are about to show you includes footage of visits we have made to various locations around the world, and also some of the new technology of PlayStation 2 developed at Polyphony Studios. Please have a look.
Scream and shout, lift my hands. Scream and shout, lift my hands. I just wanna lift my hands. I just wanna scream and shout. I just wanna lift my hands. I just wanna scream and shout. I just wanna lift my hands. I just wanna scream and shout. I just wanna lift my hands. I just wanna scream and shout. Lift my hands. 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 Scream and shout. Can you feel the magic? Hearing voices in the wind. Rhythm deep inside my soul. Reminiscing the places I've been. All the good times in my life. City lights and sleepless nights. All night dancing is where I wanna be. But the feeling just fade away. What I would do to feel this way again, the way it felt for me way back when. I just wanna lift my hands. I just wanna scream and shout. I just wanna lift my hands. I just wanna scream and shout. I just wanna lift my hands. I just wanna scream and shout. I just wanna lift my hands. I just wanna scream and shout. Lift my hands. Scream and shout. Yeah. Lift my hands. Scream and shout. Lift my hands, yeah. Scream and shout. Lift my hands. Scream and shout. Can you feel the magic charges in the atmosphere? If I just close my eyes, fantasies revealed, oh so clear. Painted ladies with the room with attitude. As the DJ sets the mood. As the DJ sets the mood. Lost in the rhythm. Outside it's a brand new day. Makes all my troubles seem so far.
I hope I was successful in showing you how Gran Turismo 4 has improved, and in giving you, to a certain extent, a sense of significance behind such improvements. You might have felt that there are still so many things that can be done on the PlayStation 2, and I share the same feelings with you. Now, let me take time to lightly touch upon some of the planned key features.
これはですね、1997年のですね。
For the first time since the introduction of Gran Turismo in 1997, the car physics simulation engine will also see a major upgrade. In the lap time simulation in GT4, high levels of accuracy satisfying the actual automobile makers is achieved, while driving will also be improved. Also, a major upgrade will be made for the AI. This is also for the first time in the series. The competition will feel more human rather than computer controlled. At this time, I'm intending to have more cars in Gran Turismo 4 than any other games in the past. The concept of this game is to re-experience the history of cars from its birth to present, in a way only possible with Gran Turismo. I'm also preparing courses with beautiful landscapes, landscapes whose values will increase all the more by the presence of a car. Before, we had limited real circuits. Now, due to the enhanced accuracy of the physics engine, I look forward to including more real circuits from around the world. Although we cannot share with you in detail at this time, other new features include the availability of enjoying Gran Turismo online. In closing, my goal with Gran Turismo 4 is to set a new benchmark in technology and to further capture the automotive lifestyle. I'm looking forward to sharing with you. Thank you again once for your time.
I've been driving all night, my hands wet on the rear. There's a voice in my head that drives my ear. The road has got me hypnotized, and I'm spinning into a new sunrise. And I get lonely, and I'm sure
Hi, my name's Jason Rubin. I'm one of the co-founders of Naughty Dog Incorporated. We're the creators of Crash Bandicoot and Jak and Daxter: The Precursor Legacy. This is our sequel to Jak and Daxter: The Precursor Legacy. It's called Jak 2, and it's coming out this fall, and it's really, really new for Naughty Dog. The first thing we did is we said, where is the market right now? Where's the audience? And frankly, we're all getting older. I've been playing games since I'm 7. I'm still playing games, so the average age of gamers has come up. So we created this game with older gamers in mind, but not abandoning younger gamers. There's more story, there's more plot, there's more action, there's a lot more intensity and a lot more depth than there is in most character action games. Additionally, it's a little darker, a little moodier. Jak's out for revenge. That's not a plot you would have seen in a Sonic game. It's not a plot you would have seen in a Mario game. But in Jak 2, you're out for revenge, and it's an action-packed game. What we're doing right now is I'm going to get onto a vehicle in the new city we've done. The city's 25 times the size of the biggest level in Jak and Daxter: The Precursor Legacy. And I'm trying to carry the package that's on the back of my vehicle to a drop zone. The drop zone is really far away. I've just hit a guard, so I've set off an alarm, and now the whole city's going to be after me. Now, I can do a lot of different things in this game. I can jump on or off this vehicle anytime I want. I can get there any way I want. I have guns, I have a hoverboard, I have a lot of things that are kind of integrated into the gameplay, and I can do a lot of different maneuvers to get the package there. So whereas in the past we've had very, very linear gameplay, now we have gameplay that's a lot more open. And that's a major difference for a game like this. All of the moves of Jak and Daxter: The Precursor Legacy are back. You have your punch, you have your kick, you have all of your combos. But in addition to that, we have a gun and we have a hoverboard that you can use, as well as Dark Jak abilities. At the beginning of the game, Jak is taken prisoner, and he goes through a experimentation process, and he has Dark Eco pumped into him, and that gives him abilities that no one understands that he can use throughout the game. What I'm going to do right now is go to talk to one of the characters in the game named Torn. And you can see in this movie that the characters have gone from 3,000 polygons in the past to 12,000 polygons. There's a lot more detail. We have a lot of environment mapping. Our voice acting is a lot higher. We have 70 minutes of full motion animation explaining the story. That's damn close to a full movie that's in this game. But we have absolutely positively more gameplay, not less gameplay than any of our games in the past. It's going to be a longer game.
Want to start proving yourselves? One of our suppliers needs his payment delivered. A bag of eco ore. Take the Zoomer parked out back and drive it to the Hip Hog Heaven Saloon in Southtown. Ask for Crew. He'll be there. And don't let the Baron's patrols stop you. By the way, when you get there, pump Crew for information. He's wired into the city and may know what the Baron is up to. You can count on us. Are you still here?
This is a level I'm really proud of. We spent a lot of time on the graphics here, and I think you can see this is kind of a look that we've never had before in a PlayStation 2 title or on any other console. Very, very detailed, very, very rich. What you're going to see here is a lot of creatures that are almost invisible to you that you have to hunt. Now I'm going to take out my weapons, and I'm going to go around hunting these creatures. Very, very dangerous here because they're firing at me and I can't see them. So I have to kind of look for movement in the shrubbery. And when I find one of them, I have to shoot them. There's one. So I'm taking him down. Now, Jak has a lot of different weapons. And as you can see, you can switch to all of them. As I said, it's very dangerous. Jak has a lot of weapons. And they all switch live using the D-pad. So I don't need to go to any screen to switch. I can switch between all of them very quickly. And they're quite powerful. This one is a chain gun. I can go into the level and really tear things up. There are a lot of creatures out there, though, and this is actually quite a fun level, hunting them down. This is a level a little later in the game. What I'm here to show you is I have all my guns that I've already collected that we've shown you, but I also have a hoverboard. And my goal in this level is to get to the top of a cliff and drop this crate onto these metalhead eggs. And to do that, I need to use my hoverboard. But when I need to use my hoverboard is up to the player. The nice thing about Jak 2 is that it's very integrated. If I want to do this with the board, I can do this with the board. If I want to get off the board at any time, I can do that and do it on foot. It's a little slower on foot, but it is possible. So for example, this challenge right here may be easier on foot than it is with the board. I'm going to do it on the board, but someone else may decide, I'm just going to get off the board and do it on foot. That non-linearity, that ability to change and do things as you please is very, very new to character action platform games. And it makes Jak 2 a very different game than other character action games.
Those cars look pretty bouncy. Boing! Those cars look pretty bouncy. Look, celebrities! Roulette! It's all about matching the colors, baby. It's them. It's them! Oink, oink. I smell bacon. The Grand Knuckle Challenge! We gotta get in there somehow! Look, celebrity!
An evening star shines down upon you. May it be when darkness falls, your heart will be true. You walk a lonely road. Oh, how far you are from home. Morning When the night is overcome, you may rise.
Yeah, my name is Mark Rogers. I'm producer of Maximo vs. the Army of Zin.
And my name is Scott Rogers, and I'm the lead game designer for Maximo vs. the Army of Zin.
To understand the game, you have to understand the storyline and what is actually the Army of Zin. 500 years in Maximo's past, the Army of Zin appeared and came across mankind. They ensued a series of great battles where mankind was fought back, but eventually rallied their troops and defeated the Zin. But because the Zin are mechanical creatures, mechanical undead, driven by compressed soul stones of dead people, they were unable to be totally destroyed. So mankind basically locked them away in a vault for all time, you know, and there they basically tick away the millennia, just waiting to be released. Fast forward about 500 years, and Maximo is still searching for his lost love after the first game. He comes across a clockwork creature, a clockwork monster, and then the story basically develops from there. The story itself evolves. It's kind of like a mystery, and this is one thing we wanted to do with the second, the sequel of the game, as opposed to the first one, which you understood most of what was happening after the first sequence in the game. This one, it evolves over time. So here we're coming up to one of the first areas. As you can see more of Maximo's face, more of Maximo's emotions, and this is where the Army of Zin start to appear in. These are called Reapers. These are kind of the foot soldiers of the Army of Zin. The combat in Maximo versus the Army of Zin is more broad than in the original product. You know, there's a lot more moves that you can actually perform. In the end of Maximo 1, with all his power-ups and everything, Maximo actually didn't have as many moves as he has just by default in the beginning of this game. So the combat is one thing that we really wanted to evolve in the second product. Coming up to another foot soldier. This is a different type of foot soldier. Also, Maximo can actually juggle as well. This is another thing we wanted to put in the game.
He has a greater depth of moves that he has from the first game. As a matter of fact, he probably starts the game with about as many moves as you ended Maximo Goes to Glory with. And we wanted to reflect that there was a passage of time, because since about 8 months takes place between the first game and the second, we wanted to show that the character is more mature, that he has new moves to reflect that maturity. So you'll notice in the look of the game, in the play of the game, that things have evolved.
Yeah. Keep going.
So here we're going to be coming up on an area that's new to Maximo versus the Army of Zin, which is a battle arena. Maximo will get to these places that are a bit of a bottleneck, and his way is blocked by, in this case, a lot of Zin Reapers. And so it's just an area where the player can really start to enjoy using these brand new combo moves that he has learned or is starting to learn in the game. Also, in the course of the game, you'll be able to buy and buy new weapons, buy new moves in order to grow. So there's over 30 or so of these types of moves and items that you can get to help Maximo through the game. which makes it a lot, just so much more to do in this one than there was in the previous.
Yeah, you know, kind of, with Maximo, you know, kind of the types of enemies that he came up against were zombies and skeletons. And we're not the only game to actually ever have zombies and skeletons, especially for Capcom. You know, kind of, it's kind of like a stock in trade for Capcom to have a zombie come out at you. You know, kind of, for this product, we actually wanted something that was unique to Maximo, that when someone actually saw the enemy, they thought, oh, right, that is an enemy from Maximo. So that is also another reason why we came up with the Army of Zin. It's, you know, kind of a unique concept, clockwork undead, driven by these compressed soul stones. And when you defeat them, the soul is released and you can collect them. And that does various things. You can, you know, kind of, it allows you to be powered up. It allows you to be able to throw your shield, which is now, you don't lose. In the first game, you actually could lose your shield.
But the biggest improvement is that you can become Grim, who is Maximo's buddy from the first game. Grim has a whole host of moves that he can do, and since he is the Grim Reaper, he's the equivalent of a playable smart bomb. So when things get a little too tough for the player, you can turn into Grim and really kick butt.
何様のつもりだ。また車泥棒か？違う、潜入任務だ。ここは都会じゃねえんだ。ここはジャングルだ。ヘビでも暗いな。2004年。おいおいおい。
Morrison shoots. Vancouver scooped it up. Jovanovski shoots it. Vancouver picked it up. Jovanovski shoots it quickly. Vancouver with it now. Gets the shot off. Blocked. Naslund fires. It's off the post. Morrison gets hold of the puck. Jovanovski shoots. He scores.
Hi, my name is Anthony Chow. I'm representing Sega of America, and I'm here to show off NHL 2K4. So we'll go in here and let's pick our guy, Philadelphia, and let's pick the Penguins. So yeah, again, this year, big changes visually. It's going to look it looks drastically different from NHL 2K3 in a really good way. Barring a little bit from NBA 2K3 last year, the team worked on the player faces. The game is developed by Kush Games, by the way, who also makes our college basketball game. The player faces in NHL 2K4 look simply amazing. When you see like Mario Lemieux, or when you see a familiar, like a superstar, they really look like the players in the NHL. Gameplay will basically be the same with a couple of changes. The gameplay was pretty solid last year and was critically acclaimed for being true to the sport. However, many people complained that our goalies were awesome last year. They made remarkable saves, but many people complained that they were too good. They were too superhuman, and that really led to a lot of triple overtime games online. We went back in the game and we found out, yeah, the consumer was right again. The goalies were way too good. They were just superhuman. So here's an example of the player faces right here. That's Jeremy Roenig, our last year's cover boy, and it's pretty much spot on right there. Getting back to the goalies, though this year we want to make sure that the goalies weren't superhuman. We want to make sure that they had the weaknesses of their real-life NHL counterparts. And so it's not necessarily going to be easier to score, but the player will be able to see certain weaknesses and exploit those weaknesses at an early stage of the game. NHL 2K4 will also be playable online for both Xbox and PS2, and both will also support voice chat. NHL 2K4 is coming out for all 2003, so I hope to see you online.
one of the art directors at Insomniac Games, and one of my primary jobs is building the worlds that you actually run around in the games. One of the very unique worlds or set of worlds we have in Ratchet & Clank Going Commando are the spherical worlds. In a case of just normal worlds you run around, it's like our real world, it looks flat. The spherical worlds are truly round, and you can walk all the way around them any direction you want. So if you look, what's going on here, there's the whole, that's the level, that's where you're running around and playing, and there's Ratchet. Most of the gameplay centers around finding these little pads, jumping really high, taking out some baddies. Work your way around, and some of the jumps are absolutely incredible. You can get so far above the world, it feels like you're almost in orbit. This is also one of the more complicated worlds to build because it wasn't, flat. You had to be able to look all around, upside down. It was just very complicated. So this is one of the maxi games or mega games where you can go in and hone your skills. You have your basic wrench attack, but you can go up and you can pull in the little mini nuke here. Take out, oops. Of course, you gotta have it pointed the right direction. Let's take out this guy the easy way. But we just keep throwing more and more guys at you. So here we go, mini nuke. Oh, dropped it on my own foot. There we go. You don't want to drop a nuke at your foot, that's really bad. But the stakes just keep getting upped and up. Now there's just a few enemies. The more you play, here we go, it's starting to pick up the pace a little bit. Enemies are coming in faster. And you all sorts of weapons. This is one of my favorites. Just lay out a stream of lava here. Once again, if I kept using this weapon over and over again and got really good with it, the weapon actually upgrades and becomes even more powerful, and its effects change, its range changes, and just about every weapon in the game will do that. Of course, to compensate for that, the enemies get tougher and tougher. As your weapons get tougher, they start showing up with armor, and they start showing up bigger and bigger enemies. This is one of my favorite levels just for pure beauty. The lighting in it is just gorgeous. Really an achievement. We updated the whole lighting system for Ratchet & Clank Going Commando. Another one of my favorite weapons is the multi-star or the chomper. You throw it out, and it'll hunt around and take out enemies for you. So it's like a boomerang frisbee nasty thing. You watch it keeps coming around, taking all the guys. Works great for taking out a whole room full of guys. There's also, little kind of, smaller puzzles where you have to figure out how to get across this water. So we have what's called a Terminator. That'll freeze the water here, so you can get across. And of course, as you move further into the game, there's more complex puzzles requiring you to use all the different gadgets and weapons. We have a great little sniper rifle here that allows you to zoom in, take out a bad guy long before he causes you any trouble. Right up here, this is a beautiful little spot for the nuke here. They're waiting in ambush for you, but I know that. So you go up to the nuke, you wait for him to come out, and you drop a nuke on him. Oh, he got me still. One of the whole premises behind Ratchet & Clank is just more and more stuff to blow up. So you got crates here, we can just blow everything up, and the whole screen just rocks. Well, that's our favorite thing. We like blowing stuff up. Uh-oh, there we go. Thought I was out of nukes, that would have been bad. One thing, you can go to the sniper if you want to be a little sneakier. The other great thing about the whole Ratchet ID concept is you can play the game any way you want. If you want to sit here and snipe off enemies, you can. If you want to go in, Rambo style and just attack it, you can. You can play the game any way you want. You know, there's some enemies that definitely work better with some weapons, but we leave it up to you to decide how you want to play the game.
Verse 2 coming in, you better check to this. Whatever made to this is intro, no end to this. Tell you this, I'll make you miss. Y'all, whoever felt it, rock to this. Crazy attitude, rapper holds it up. You know me now, that's how I grab my trophy. Ha, invention never stops. This is the sound of a heavyweight gun. Shot Nippon is the land I came from to give a handshake, no doubt. We gon' change this, y'all. Time is now, you better rock, roll back. Gun, shot. Shot, shot. Gosh, I got shot! 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 Gosh, I got shot! 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 Gosh, I got shot! Shot! Shot!
Here we are,
early in the year 2000, and we're putting together a game that's based on Hong Kong action movies. Jet Li calls up Sony and says, "Hey, I'd like to be in a video game."
We know how to make an action movement in a movie. Because you have a character, you have a bad guy, they have table, chair, you have location, situation.
If you've seen any sort of a group fight scene with Jet, he's got guys flying at him from every different angle. We really wanted to have a 360-degree fight system.
When I played a lot of games, all the actions were so simple. But for this project, we're using motion capture to give the characters more realistic motion. There's a lot of action that I couldn't put in a film due to the limitations of the camera that I am able to put into the game.
All the things that we're able to do on the PlayStation 2 really are going to make this game special.
It's a good opportunity to work with Sony PlayStation because the game, like a movie, is teamwork.
I'm in.
If we can stand up to him, all Europe may be freed.
A state of war has existed between the United States and the Empire of Japan.
Men will still say this was their final hour.
Transcending history and the world, a tale of souls and swords, eternally retold.
魂を捧げよう。
最初から尖ったわよ。
Battle 1, fight! Battle 1, fight! Battle 1, fight!
never had a chance.
For Sony Computer Entertainment America, and I'm one of the designers on the Siphon Filter team. I'm here to show you Siphon Filter the Omega strain for the PS2. It's our first iteration of the Siphon Filter franchise on the PlayStation 2. This is actually our first level in the game, which is Toronto, Canada. The premise of this level is that there has been a viral outbreak of the Siphon Filter virus in Toronto, Canada, and you're there to find out what's going on. So when you start the level, you'll see that there's this big bank explosion that just went off, and the whole level is in chaos. There's terrorists everywhere, and they're just trying to cover up what has happened in the virus. So as you run through, there's CHA, which is the Canadian Health Authority. They're fighting the terrorists, and you're in trying to help them out. The first particular guy, he actually gets hit by the terrorists. And as you go through, you're just basically fighting terrorists in this particular area. It's just chaos is going through the level, and there's terrorists everywhere. So if you look at the size of the level, yeah, they're about 4 to 5 times the size of any level in Siphon Filter. They're huge, massive, immersive levels. There's stuff going on everywhere. Things are breakable, glass. You'll see as soon as I get down into the mall area. You also have the ability to sneak and or fight through. It's completely how you want to play. It's completely non-linear. Like, I'm sneaking, this guy has no idea here that I'm here. So I'll tip him off. Guys go running. You know, they're all alerted at this point because of the gunshots. But as you go through, you know, they're blowing up areas in the mall. Just chaos is breaking, going crazy. Yeah, guys are coming out from everywhere that they could possibly go out. Now, running forward, this guy's gonna set the C4 off, or you can shoot it and blow it up yourself. It's up to you how you want to play the level. You start, there's checkpoints as you go through, depending on where you enter, there's checkpoints. So we don't punish the player now like the previous games. It's not try and die gameplay. It's you know, it's completely as you will. I mean, you can die obviously from getting shot, but it's not, we don't punish the player for blowing a sneak. If you're sneaking around an area and you blow it, the only way we punish you is by adding more guys. We don't kill you or fail the mission, fail the objective like you did in the previous games. Our animation, I don't know if you, well, the animation is completely different. It's completely overhauled from our last games. Since the power of the PlayStation 2 allows us to do, you know, so much more with the engine that we could do with the PS1. There's actually, it's all completely motion captured animation. We have something called motion blending that we're using, where it actually, programming takes care of blending animations between each other so it's smooth and seamless. We have an impressive NI event system. We also have NIs as interactive, non-interactive experiences like blowing up buildings. These guys right here are all fighting, so we actually have AI, very similar to the first Siphon Filter, the very first level. We're trying to recreate the experience of Siphon 1 that everyone loved. And we listen to our fans and we listen to what they want, and this is what they wanted.
This is the 5-wood. Most people don't go this far on vacation.
on the Mediterranean coast, and a small peaceful island, Astigos.
This morning, the Zagorius Federation, one of the Mediterranean coastal nations, launched a unilateral military offensive against Astigos Island. Despite protests from various nations, the Zagorian forces continue their invasion of Astigos, and sources believe it is only a matter of time before the island is completely occupied.
VSSE has learned that the Zagorius army has deployed tactical missiles on Astigos Island that will be a threat not only to Lacana, but to the surrounding nations as well. Two of their best agents were sent in to remove this threat. Alan Dunaway, Wesley Lambert.
Jump! Hurry!
Alicia Winston.
Surprise, surprise.
Wild Dog.
Allow me to introduce myself.
Wild Fang.
And now, time to get rid of you both.
Giorgio Zata. Time Crisis 3.
Well, my name is Mike Schmidt. I'm with IDOS Interactive. I'm the U.S. producer on Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness for PS2 and PC CD. What we're looking at right now is a level that takes place in Paris. Lara Croft needs to basically bust into this nightclub here and find an item after hours. This is a brand new engine. All new tools were developed to create this title. You know, Laura still has basically all of the abilities that I think the fans of Tomb Raider like, and we've also added so much more new stuff. We've got stealth attacks. We have an option so Laura can upgrade her abilities as she plays. We've actually got another playable character too that you meet up with later in the game. Basically, for this level, I need to make my way up to the top of that light fixture there and obtain an item. So the challenge is to figure out how to get up there. So she's got to probably go climb this light rig over here. Okay, well, this level here takes place in the Louvre in Paris. And basically, there's a strike force that pops in and gasses the Louvre. So one of your objectives is you need to find a gas mask right away, otherwise Laura's gonna suffocate.
Make the round off.
Okay, well, you saw in the cutscene that that strike force just basically gassed the galleries, and now I need to find a gas mask as soon as I can. And luckily, you've actually seen a gas mask earlier in the level, so you should have a good frame of reference of where it is. I'm just going to show you one of the stealth attacks that's new to Tomb Raider now. Laura can sneak up on guards and render them unconscious from like a neck snap. It's new to Tomb Raider.
So one
hate you, so it's rated M due to the graphic nature. State your nickname, hood, gang, ranking, business. Before we leave your body stinking, you can't get a witness of who they thinking that did this. It's best not to know. If your name is on my shit list, then you got to go. Cross my path, you gon' take a blood bath and a mud nap. I slug half of your mug back, thugs spit hubcaps, wide shots and beach heat. Hot rocks on every block, coke killers on each street. Danger on every corner, scum at every turn. The pressure is heavy on you, but some just never learn what the SC mean. So it's best that I warn you. South Central, straight Compton, and Southern California. Survival class, I thought you knew it. Crime is the order of the day, and we stay true to it. The crime, if you can't do the time, stay pushing the line in the paint on the grind. Play the game for keeps, not for fun. All alone with your peeps, so one-on-one. Cause I don't do the crime if I can't do the time. I stay pushing the line in the paint on the grind. I play the game for keeps, not for fun. All alone with my peeps, so one-on-one.
It's true crime. True crime. True crime.
Transmitting deconfliction overlay. Good. The extraction point has changed. We are going to try and take it as...
This is Striker Squad. We're picking up multiple contacts. They're not ours. And they're not TAL.